All right, don't get me wrong. I love the new Whoop 4.0 just as much as the next person who owns one, but there's been some weird stuff going on with this and I feel like I want to talk about it. What's up, team? Welcome back to another episode of Excellence in Motion. Sometimes we do movement tips, health education, and fitness gear reviews on this channel, just like this video. So if that stuff interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel and smashing that like button for today's video. It really helps that YouTube algorithm get pushed out to more people so that they can enjoy and learn right alongside you. So like I said from the beginning, I really like the Whoop 4.0, and I've been a Whoop user for almost a year and a half now, and the data that it gives me and the insights that it gives me into my life, my training, my sleep and recovery, all that stuff is super valuable to me. But recently I've been experiencing some really strange bugs with the new Whoop 4.0, and when you throw that in with the long shipping delays and how long it's been for even some of the regular users to get their new strap, has me a little bit concerned and worried, and to be honest, pretty frustrated. But I'm hoping that, after these problems get resolved, things will be fine. The initial issue that I was having with my new Whoop was that a couple of different times on separate occasions, it would just stop tracking data. So I would get to the gym in the evening and go look at my chart and realize that it hadn't synced any data from earlier that afternoon around 2 p.m. So there are huge chunks of time where the Whoop is just not tracking anything. It's not recognizing that it's on my wrist. It doesn't know that it needs to look at stuff. And I even missed a whole night's worth of sleep tracking data because of that same issue. So I checked in with Whoop support services, and by the way, they are really good. They're really on track with everything. They love being able to help you solve your problems as quickly as possible. And I know that they're under a lot of stress with the holiday season and the shipping delays and all that kind of stuff. So I checked in with them to see what I could do to solve the problem, and one of their suggestions was to let the Whoop completely die and then charge it back up and see if that resolves the issue. But the big problem here is that when I went to do that, it wouldn't charge at all. The strange thing is that the new charger had not given me any issues up until this point. I had been charging it up, putting it on the Whoop, charging it to full capacity, and things were working just fine. In the past, I was having an issue with the Whoop dying super fast. For some reason, there was a little bit of a firmware update that fixed that, and it was dying at a regular rate. But the charger had never really been an issue for me, and it was even charging the Whoop when it was getting down to the 5% range and doing everything just fine. The problem started happening when I finally let this thing die all the way, and then I put the charger on it, and nothing. It has been almost 4 days since I've been able to wear my Whoop and gather data because the charging pack, as charged up as it may be, I've plugged it in multiple times, it gets the light going, it's working. See, even that little red light comes on that it's got a charge in it. It will not turn this thing on. No matter how many times I tap on it, get it to do anything, the lights won't come on, it's effectively dead. So the problem I'm facing now is that although Whoop is doing all they can and they're sending me a replacement battery pack, I'm pretty sure they're sending a replacement Whoop too. I'm not entirely sure on that one. I'm left without being able to use my new Whoop because I can't do anything about it. And this is not a video made to bash Whoop or the product or anything like that. I mean, anytime you roll out something new, there's bound to be bugs and some weird things that happen along the way. We see that with Apple every single year. They have things that are weird and different from what previous versions of the iPhone had been, and people have comments and concerns about it, but eventually stuff gets worked out. Hopefully when I get the new Whoop charger or the new Whoop strap itself, things will be resolved. But I really wanted to make today's video to highlight some of the issues that I've been experiencing so that if you are waiting for your brand new Whoop 4.0 or you're getting ready to order one yourself, you're aware of some of the things that might happen and to be ready for that. A bonus piece of advice that I would definitely give to those of you who are still rocking the Whoop 3.0 and have ordered the 4.0 but it hasn't shown up yet, don't do the upcycling thing quite yet. I mentioned in one of my previous videos about the Whoop 4.0 that you can upcycle your old Whoop to somebody else so that they get 2 months for free and you get a month for free when they sign up, really as a way for us to cut back on waste and to give other people the opportunity to enjoy Whoop. I wish I had not upcycled my Whoop 3.0 at this point in time, because if that person didn't have it, I would still have my old device that I could connect to my phone and keep using to track data. At the moment, I'm left without a backup and I can't do anything about it, and it's kind of frustrating. I think what is equally frustrating and also kind of enlightening about not being able to use my Whoop over the last 4 days is that I didn't realize how much I relied on that information for my own personal well-being. When I go to the gym and I perform workouts, I love knowing how much strain I've built up in those types of workouts to determine if it's something where I could have gone harder or if maybe I needed to back off a little bit. My sleep score is non-existent, so I have no idea how many hours I actually slept. I don't know what the quality of that sleep looked like. I don't know how other factors of my life have been playing into my recovery. The insights that I get from this thing are so important for my daily routine and my fitness journey that not having it for a little while is kind of sucky. I'm confident that Whoop will have the right solution for me and that things will get resolved eventually, but in the meantime, to be honest, I'm just kind of sad that I can't use it and do all the things that I used to be able to do with it. Hopefully this video doesn't deter you from trying Whoop out for yourself. I just want you to understand that there may be some weird bugs that you have to be ready for. And if you already are a user waiting for your new strap, hold on to the old one until you know that this one is working well for you. Then I would consider upcycling it to somebody else. If you've never tried Whoop before and you're curious about it and you want to give it a go, even though I just spent the last however many minutes talking about stuff that went wrong with this one, you can always click on the link down in the description to give that a shot and get your first month for free. That should be enough time to see if there's any bugs or anything like that that you want to get out of your system before you decide if you want to continue with a membership. As always, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. It is a big help for the channel. And until next time, go out, do good things, and don't forget to move. I'll see you in the next video.